Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again in our Gear Up Business series. This is the second episode today, and we extremely love the response that you guys gave us yesterday, the Dr. Arif session with the panelists. And today, it's our second episode where we'll be discussing on just graduated now what. So it's about the graduates, the young graduates, the students, all of them who have recently completed their studies. What are the skills that they should look for? What are the areas where they, or the job markets where they should actually search for and look for opportunities? So I'd really like to introduce you with our panel today. First of all, we have with us Ms. Nida Nasir. She has a vast experience in the HR learning and development, worked in PMI, currently serving as GM HR at KFC Pakistan. I welcome you, Nida. How are you doing?
Assalamualaikum Anam, I'm good. How are you?
Bilkul theek thak, bilkul theek thak. I'll quickly add my next panelist, Mr. Adil Afraz. He has more than a decade of experience in telecom industry, have been associated with learning and organizational development at Ufone right now, currently heading learning and organizational development. So I welcome you, sir. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum everyone.
Thank you so much for joining in. And lastly, we have Mr. Noman Javed, one of a very dear colleague. He has been working at PMI. We've been in interaction when he was at the ICI as well. And currently, he is the head of people in organization at Novo Nordisk Pakistan. How are you doing, Mr. Noman?
Good. Thank you very much, Anam. Glad to be meeting again on Learning Minds Forum. Thank you.
Yes, it's amazing to have you all. You guys always have been a part of our events, Learning Minds events, but this time we're doing it virtually. So we'll quickly start up with our questions, the theme of the session today. And this is all about the young graduates and the students who have just completed their studies, and now they will be entering the job market, and it's a completely new scenario for them right now. So first of all, just give me your thoughts, like what's the feedback, what's the kind of work that you guys are doing in your organizations currently regarding that? We'll start off with Nida.
Yeah, regarding the fresh graduates, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so I think hiring has slowed down a bit with the whole, coronavirus situation. There are a number of companies that are also they've cancelled their management trainee programs, which I'm sure came as a shock to a lot of students. मगर ये है कि if there are any students actually listening, I graduated in 2009, and if you remember 2008 and 2009 was global recession time. और मुझे याद है कि IBM में हमारे वो जो एक job fair हुआ करता था वो नहीं हुआ था, and there were companies were not coming in and there were no jobs. And I remember कि हम लोग भी काफी उससे disheartened हुए थे initially, but then eventually things started getting better. So companies, the hiring has slowed down, but there are still companies that are hiring. A lot of companies have actually already hired their management trainees, तो वो probably अपनी orientation उसमें होंगे. And there are a lot of kids that are actually venturing out and exploring new opportunities. So I've been talking to a couple of kids also, and आजकल के बच्चे, they're very entrepreneurial, and this is the time to actually be an entrepreneur. So a lot of kids are actually exploring that avenue also. So times are changing, and उसके साथ फिर we need to change also.
Your thoughts, Noman?
Yeah, so I will echo with Nida, because I and Nida started our careers in almost at the same time from same organization, and I still remember we were through from 2008 recession, and we were very concerned about our opportunities as well. And as we used to see, experts were talking about how bad 2008 recession is, and the deep downturn it will take in the economy as well. It wasn't that bad actually, and luckily we have seen few economic downturns as well. For example, 2008 is one, 9/11, war and terror also impacted the whole economic situation, especially in our part of the world as well, because the war and terror was concentrated towards. So we survived those. But I was going through an article about 4 days ago about the recession that hit UK in early 90s. That was the only major recession in past 30 years. So back then, all management trainee schemes were closed down. But in 2008, I think employers learned a lot of things that Nida mentioned. Actually, many management training schemes were not closed down because people were thinking that they still need talent and they still be looking for people in the organization. Now, coming to 2020, I'm saying it a recession because people are saying it will lead to a recession, which it looks like. Anyway, it's a crisis in one way or the other. So, globally speaking, companies are still hiring. If I look at various podcasts on internet, and even locally, when I talk to many friends in the organization, local means companies based in Pakistan also hiring. Yes, intake will be low. Let's say maybe down by 50%. I can't put a number with confidence, but which means that only best of the best talent will be recruited. So I will put it the other way. I'm positive by nature, so I will say rather than impact of crisis, organization have put a more stringent criteria to hiring. Only best talent will be hired, will be recruited, and other probably will be struggling. So that's the reality.
Very rightly articulated, Noman. So we'll start off with the first question for the day, that how do you all see the job markets evolving? You can particularly, give reference to the organization and the industries that you have been through. And since you, three of you, are coming from a time where you guys have already seen a recession coming in and uncertain times coming in and going in, so I'm sure you guys can better relate and our audience can actually benefit from that. So, Mr. Adil, what are your thoughts on that? Job markets, how is the evolution taking place?
Thank you, Anna. So first of all, I will try to relate to something which you asked earlier, like what the organizations are doing for the graduates of the staff. So at this point in time, if you recall, like most of the organizations like us, the summer internship programs are usually organizations start doing that. और जो फोन का एक बड़ा सिग्नेचर प्रोग्राम है समर इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम्स का, जो हम लोग हर साल बड़ा एग्रेसिवली कर रहे होते हैं. सो इस साल हमने उसको भी डिफरेंटली चेंज किया है और हमारी तमाम मेजर जो यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं पाकिस्तान की, उसके अंदर हम तमाम ये जो अपना लर्निंग का जो हमारा एक्सपीरियंस है, हमारे पास अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हमारे इंटरनल ट्रेनर्स मौजूद हैं, हमारे पास बहुत सारी एक्सपर्टीज़ मौजूद हैं. सो वी आर गोइंग टू डेवलप आवर यंग जनरेशन, और हम अपने जितने भी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के स्टूडेंट्स हैं और उनको हम अपने इंटरनल ट्रेनर्स के थ्रू ट्रेन कर रहे होंगे. एज फार एज hiring part is concerned, जहाँ पर आपने बात की, तो yes, at UFON we are still hiring for many positions, like we are doing the sales, हमारी वहाँ पर चीज़ें चल रही हैं. We are hiring for the call center people, and yes, we are hiring at some of the critical managerial positions. So चीज़ें bits and pieces में चल रही हैं. So इसी से रिलेट करता हूँ बात करूँगा कि like we all know कि इस टाइम पे जो कोविड की सिचुएशन है, इसने पूरी इकोनॉमी को एक इम्पैक्ट किया. But there are few sectors like digital, they are growing. Some are trying to cope up as people use more technology and swap to bigger supermarket shops. But as a whole, the most organization of all shapes and sizes are taking a massive hit at this point in time. अभी it is बहुत कुछ unknown है अभी. अभी कैसे दुनिया ट्रांसफॉर्म होगी. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, sorry. So इस टाइम पे there's a lot unknown कि हमारी जो दुनिया जो वो कहाँ पर किस तरीके से ट्रांसफॉर्म होगी, किस तरीके से चीज़ें चलेंगी. और लेकिन एक चीज़ जो नज़र आ रही है वो ये कि इन मैनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस और बहुत सारी सिचुएशंस में एग्जैक्टली जिस वक्त आज से जो कोविड से पहले की सिचुएशन थी वैसी नहीं होगी. देयर विल बी अ डिफरेंट सिचुएशन. वो बहुत पहले से भी बहुत डिफरेंट होगी, और जो आजकल जो सिचुएशन चल रही है उससे भी बहुत सारी सिचुएशन जो है वो डिफरेंट होगी. सो इस टाइम पे अगर हम देखें तो जो चेंज है वो इट हैज़ ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड टू हैपन right now. For example, if you see your workplaces have changed. If you see at this point in time, I'm sitting at home, so my workplace technically has been changed. the way we are used to do our work, that has been changed. In the near future we shall see that scope of work will also change for many jobs. और उसके साथ साथ जो बहुत important चीज़ है, the skills the companies will require, they will also change. So if I see, तो इसको अगर मैं सम अप करूँ तो जो कोरोना वायरस का जो क्राइसिस है, it has hurried the arrival of the future of work. वो जो हम 2030 के बारे में या 2040 के बारे में बात करते थे, इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन 4 की बात करते थे, और वो सारा कुछ, वो इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स और इंटरनेट ऑफ सिस्टम्स हुई, अब वो हम शायद ये इस क्राइसिस ने हमें उसकी तरफ ज़्यादा आगे पुश कर दिया. सो इन द नियर फ्यूचर आई सी के जो बहुत सारी जो कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर जॉब्स हैं, उसके अंदर ये रिमोट वर्क जो चल रहा होगा, रोल्स की कंसोलिडेशन हो रही होगी, और कंसोलिडेशन के बाद उसके साथ साथ कुछ नए रोल्स जो हैं वो इमर्ज हो रहे होंगे बेस्ड ऑन द चेंजिंग बिजनेस डायनेमिक्स. मैं एग्जांपल दूंगा L&D फंक्शन से. फॉर एग्जांपल कि अगर हम किसी भी ट्रेडिशनल L&D फंक्शन को देखें तो आपके पास यूजुअली ट्रेनिंग एग्जीक्यूटिव्स होते हैं, जहाँ पे जॉब जो यूजुअली होती है वो होता है कि आपने TNA किया, TNA के बेस पे नीड्स आइडेंटिफाई हुई, आपने ट्रेनर्स को, कंसल्टेंट्स को एंगेज किया, आपने रिक्वायरमेंट बताई, एक प्रोग्राम डिजाइन करवाया और आपने वो उसको डिलीवर करवाया. लेकिन अगर अब हम इस तरह इस सिचुएशन से गुजरने के बाद, जिसको ऑलरेडी इस टाइम के आने से पहले भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सोच रही थी और उस तरफ जा रही थी, अब जो फोकस जा रहा होगा, फॉर एग्जांपल हमारा वो जा रहा होगा कि हम कंटेंट क्यूरेटर्स की तरफ जा रहे होंगे. अब जब हम कंटेंट क्रिएटर की बात कर रहे होंगे तो उसके साथ साथ हमें वी मे बी इन L&D फंक्शन वी विल बी हैविंग द सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर, सो दैट कि वो जो आपने कंटेंट है उसको आप क्विकली आगे वो जो है स्विफ्टली डिलीवर कर सकें. सो इन द जॉब मार्केट सिचुएशन आई सी कि अब जो टाइम है इसके अंदर जो चेंजेस एक्सपेक्टेड हैं वो देयर विल बी मोर ऑफ पार्ट टाइम जॉब्स. बहुत ज़्यादा पार्ट टाइम जॉब्स के ऊपर फोकस जो है वो आएगा. उसके साथ साथ जो दूसरी चीज़ मुझे होती हुई नजर आ रही है कि अगर यही सिचुएशन कंटिन्यू रहती है और इसी तरीके से चीज़ें आगे जाती हैं तो फुल टाइम एम्प्लॉयमेंट चूँकि कम हो रही होगी, तो आपके बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स और असाइनमेंट्स जो हैं वो लोगों के पास जा रही होंगी कि स्मॉल प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जिसमें कोई भी बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम है, कोई सिचुएशन है, कोई नीड है, उसको आपने दिया और आपने उसके ऊपर आपने कोई ना कोई सोल्यूशन जो लोगों से डिमांड किया. Yes, there will be more of self employment if not entrepreneurs like. एंड यू नो टेक्नोलॉजी जो है वो इस टाइम पे ऑलरेडी रीशेप कर रही है दुनिया को, और ये जो क्राइसिस है इसने सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक्सेलरेट किया है डिजिटलाइजेशन को. सो अगर हम देखें तो वी शैल सी राइज इन एरियाज लाइक ई-कॉमर्स, टेलीमेडिसिन, टेलीवर्किंग एंड रिमोट लर्निंग वगैरह. एक और जो इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है जो एक एस्पेक्ट मैं ऐड करना चाह रहा था यहाँ पे कि अगर हम यहाँ पे देखें जो ये चैलेंज हमें अभी हिट कर रहा है, मैं इसको यहाँ पे देखता हूँ एक अपॉर्चुनिटी के तौर पे भी देखता हूँ कि ये जो एरिया है ये हमारे लिए बहुत सारी जॉब्स भी नहीं क्रिएट करेगा. अगर आप देखें कि अभी इस टाइम पे इंपोर्ट्स जो है हमारी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड है, हम इस टाइम पे अपने यहाँ पे जो चीज़ें हमारे पास मुल्क में हम उसके ऊपर वो जो बेस कर रहे हैं. सो इफ वी सी आई सी अ ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर लोकल इंडस्ट्रीज इन दिस एनवायरनमेंट टू फ्लरिश. अगर आप देखें अभी जब कोविड की सिचुएशन शुरू हुई, आपके पास हैंड सैनिटाइजर्स की जरूरत थी, PPEs की जरूरत थी, वेंटिलेटर्स की जरूरत थी, एकदम आपकी मुख्तलिफ कंपनीज ने लोकली वो चीज़ें बनाना शुरू किया. सो व्हाट आई सी के ये जो इस टाइम पे देयर इज अ ह्यूज रेंज ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स फ्रॉम एवरीडे लाइफ ऑन व्हिच लोकल मैन्युफैक्चरर्स कैन कैपिटलाइज ऑन. सो इवेंचुअली ये जो है वो स्किल प्रोफेशनल की रिस्पेक्टिव फील्ड्स में डिमांड जो है वो क्रिएट करेगी. So over to you, please.
Amazing insights, Mr. Adil, and very nicely covered with respect to your industry specifically. Nida, I would like to take your input. How things are evolving at, particularly in your organizations. What skills you see are in demand, and how is the workforce changing?
So I think I'll echo what Adil was saying in terms of the market changing and the way we do things. I think जो चीज़ें हम लोग अभी बात कर रहे थे, अभी हम डिबेट कर रहे थे, अभी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पे बात हो रही थी, अभी यू नो पॉलिसीज में कंपनीज वर्क फ्रॉम होम को वर्क इन करने की कोशिश कर रही थी. आई थिंक पीपल वर टॉकिंग अबाउट यू नो वर्चुअल वर्क सेटिंग्स, and people were talking about you know e-commerce के importance of e-commerce, apps बन रही थी, websites बन रही थी. तो जो भी ये काम हो रहा था, it's definitely accelerated. We've actually fast forwarded 10 years into the future in the last 2 months. और उसमें हुआ ये है कि जो चीज़ें हमने सोचा था करेंगे और वो प्रोजेक्ट्स अभी सोचना शुरू किया था वो हमने कर भी दिया है. In the last 2 months, I think all of us have been sitting at home kind of brainstorming and strategizing how to just do it right now. हम अभी बात कर रहे थे before the session actually started, and who was thinking 2 months ago, who was thinking that we would be sitting here doing a live video conference like this? कभी इस तरह का डिस्कशन होता था तो वो मैरियट में या वो शेरेटन में होता था और वो स्टेज पे हम सब बैठे होते थे with a mic you know attached. So
Yeah.
things have definitely evolved a lot, and companies जिन लोगों ने already जिन companies ने already इन चीज़ों पे सोचना शुरू किया हुआ था, टेक्नोलॉजी पे already investment करनी शुरू की हुई थी, जिन companies ने already work from home policies पे काम करना शुरू किया हुआ था, वो talent hire करना शुरू किया हुआ था जो कि agile हो, जो change को manage कर सकता हो. Those companies are doing much better than the companies that had not started thinking about it already. तो अगर KFC की
Exactly.
बात करें तो I think we are one of the alhamdulillah we are one of the restaurant chains that has bounced back very quickly in this challenge, and we have mashallah we are doing much better than a lot of other restaurant chains, not only in Pakistan but globally भी अगर आप देखें तो it was not, we were not even thinking कि हम लोग इतनी जल्दी bounce back कर सकेंगे, माशाल्लाह. And there are a couple of reasons to it if you go into the detail. एक तो ये है कि ऑलरेडी हम लोगों ने बहुत ज़्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे इन्वेस्टमेंट की हुई थी और कर रहे थे हम लोग. हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा डिलीवरी सेंट्रिक ऑलरेडी थे, सो वी हैड आवर ओन डिलीवरी सेटअप जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग और रोबस्ट था, एंड वी वर नॉट रियली relying too much on aggregators like Foodpanda and Careem, and we had our own delivery setup. और हुआ ये कि जैसे ही this crisis hit, people couldn't go dine in, बंद हो गया, लेकिन delivery फिर भी खुली हुई थी. And जहाँ delivery खुलती जा रही थी, people kept demanding our product. So, क्योंकि we had that robust system in place already, we were able to cater to it. Now, the interesting thing here is that there is a word trust. Trust हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा we've been throwing this word around for a long time, especially HR and companies, अपनी values में भी trust डालते हैं, हम बोलते भी हैं trust के बारे में बात भी करते हैं, but there are very few companies जो कि actually trust को समझती है और inculcate करती हैं into their values. Trust really helped us out because इस situation में people are only ordering from restaurants and chains that they trust. And we were building trust for a while now. We have been building trust in our consumers, and it's great to see that our consumers actually do trust that हाँ ठीक है, this is an international chain, they have the SOPs in place, and अगर हम यहाँ से खाना मंगाएंगे तो we are safe. So हो ये रहा है कि the consumer mindset has changed and people don't want to take that risk anymore of ordering from local eateries. So they've moved towards companies like us, restaurants like us, and that has really paid off for KFC.
Very nice.
Nida,
Very nice,
you have a
Nida.
great sales pitch, by the way.
always selling, aren't we?
But true.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's rightly said. And the organizations who were embracing technology, or probably, they were anticipating this change and preparing themselves for it, are doing much better right now as compared to others. Noman, I would like to take your input here with respect to pharmaceutical industry specifically. How is it evolving? How is the job market changing here?
So I think I'll take a very wide angle for a couple of reasons. One, of course, this corona is not impacting an industry, a sector, or any one part of the society, but everything. That's one. Number two, I also teach at one of the universities, so this topic is close to my heart, and I'll be focusing more on how I can address those people, and many of them are expected to be online as well. I saw an article again by HBR. It says, digital transformation is about talent and not technology. Yeah, so I agree with Adil partly that it's a time for technology, but you still need people. You can buy technology, and we bought a lot of technology. We bought Zoom, we bought other licenses, stream वगैरह पे काम हो, so वो आप ले सकते हैं. But what kind of people do you need at this point in time who can actually lift your organization up and keep them up until situation eases out? I think now is the game for adaptability to hire the next generation talent. When I say next generation, means the same thing. Those who are very high tech or tech savvy people. That's what you need in the organization. Now, talking to the graduates directly, if I can, all the graduates who are just going out or stepping out of their schools have to rethink their own self, or I would say, discover their own self. For example, you can ask these few questions to yourself. Is it excited what they're studying, or they were forced to go into that particular course of study? HR पढ़ लिया, marketing पढ़ लिया, finance पढ़ लिया. Or is it what they really wanted to study? 5 years down the line, will they say that I wish I could study something else, or I could do something else? 10 years down the line, will they say, I want to do something of my own? Yeah, that I own myself. If answers to most of these questions are in towards the negative connotation, then it's time for you to rethink as graduates right now. I think that's the time to rethink, and that's the take out of it. Now, if only if you're relevant to the word and word sees a value in you, then you're relevant. So whether or not you've studied best in class HR from best in class university, or finance or IT or whatever, if it doesn't add value or provide solutions to the world, you are no more relevant to the world. But if you are able to do something, for example, if you're able to help your local business in sort of improving the social media footprints, you're relevant. You know, आजकल बहुत सारे businesses online चले गए, छोटे छोटे. यहाँ तक के खवातीन जो वो कपड़े बेच रही हैं फेसबुक के लाइव को ऑप्शन को यूज करते हुए. Can you use your skill set and improve the top line? Can you increase the reachability? इस तरह कोई solution कि आपके पास आज है, that's a kind of rethinking you have to do as a graduate. By the way, world is not over, खुदा ना खास्ता. I think world जब तक क़यामत नहीं आती, world will continue. उस वक्त तक ये सारी चीजें रहेंगी. Yeah, with certain adjustment. My comment is, this is the time to adjust your baseline. When I say baseline means what actually you wanted to do. वो अब time है. For example, I can't go back and adjust my baseline. It's very difficult 10, 11 years into my career. It requires a lot of guts and courage. But for you, it's easy. आज आपको पता है. And in other words, what I'm saying is adaptability, which is the most in-demand skill in any corporate world. It used to be, and it is more now. So आप सिर्फ ये देखें कि what kind of skill set world requires. आपने हार्वर्ड से पढ़ा है या स्टैनफोर्ड से पढ़ा है या कहाँ से पढ़ा है या लोकल यूनिवर्सिटी से पढ़ा है, अगर वो वैल्यू ऐड नहीं कर रहा तो प्लीज देन यू नीड टू थिंक अबाउट इट. अगर आपने किसी कोई छोटी मोटी स्किल सीख ली है, कोई हुनर सीखा, वो आपको वैल्यू ऐड कर रहा है किसी की लाइफ के अंदर और सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, दैट्स समथिंग वर्ल्ड रिक्वायर्स राइट नाउ. I'm thinking on a very different line, but that's what I think is adding some sort of rethinking into people's minds, especially to this. So this is the time to rethink and readjust your position.
Brilliantly presented, Noman. And actually, my next question was towards this, that how graduates should work on their current mindset right now, because this is the time, the opportunity, and a kind of a break that they've gotten to discover themselves, okay, and get to know more about the purpose that they want to serve in their lives, what they want to do, or they just want to do a 9-to-5 thing. They are they really passionate about something and they want to pursue that. So it's all about mindset shift that a graduate has to go through. Nida, what's your take on that? Or what do you see that what are the mind shift changes that are extremely crucial right now that graduates should really think about?
I think God always has this plan in mind, and I think जो human evolution हुई है, that was actually moving towards this place in time. Because जो millennials, अभी हम millennials की बात कर रहे थे और हम millennials को समझने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, millennials की सबसे अच्छी बात ये होती है कि they are very adaptable and they are very agile and they like change and they are very tech savvy. और ये सारी चीजें जो अभी need of the hour बन गई हैं, वो actually ये जो बच्चे हैं, graduates हैं, young generation है, इसमें already ingrained है. They know how to my 4-year-old daughter can use the iPad, can use my phone, my husband's phone, my mom's phone, so and I can't even switch from an iPhone to a Samsung, but she is so easily able to do that. So I think human evolution भी इसी तरह हुई है, and it's been very well timed with the change in the market and the change in the world that we're experiencing. For graduates, I think there are a couple of challenges at the moment. अगर बहुत ज़्यादा इसको देखा जाए, competition is high. क्या हो रहा है कि there are layoffs, पूरी globally layoffs भी हो रहे हैं. Middle-aged people will be opting for the same jobs that graduates will be opting for. Experienced people probably would be sitting in the same interviews that fresh graduates will be sitting in, because people are losing jobs and people are just trying to get back into the field. So competition has really increased. Now what graduates need to think about is what is it that they bring to the table. And
Exactly.
what they bring to the table is their positivity, is their agility, is their ability to adapt to change. These are the things that probably जो the older generation like ours हमारे अंदर इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है जितना इस young generation में है. What I'm saying is that they need to bring it on the table. Because अब देखें आप for example हम लोगों की जैसे अभी नुमान ने भी बोला था हायरिंग हो रही है लेकिन कम हो गई है. इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका मतलब ये है कि कंपनीज विल बी हायरिंग the best of the best. Noman very rightly said that. So competition has again increased. So you really need to bring your A game to the table. You really need to be passionate about what you are coming to. So for और passion जो है ना वो नजर आ जाता है. जब हम लोग इंटरव्यू में बैठते हैं इतने सारे इंटरव्यूज करने के बाद अब हमें पता चल जाता है we are able to identify कि this person is passionate about what they're talking about. And people will be looking for passion. वर्कफोर्स कंपनीज के ऊपर क्योंकि कॉस्ट प्रेशर्स आ रहे हैं, these jobs will be merging into each other. There will be fewer people doing more work, and so we will be trying to hire people who have a passion, who have the learning agility, who want to do more, who want to become something. So वो जो energy है वो कंपनीज अब बहुत ज़्यादा ढूंढ रही होंगी.
Exactly.
So, these graduates really need to bring their A game. Also, they need to kind of understand that the way we hire has also changed. पहले वो ट्रेडिशनल इंटरव्यूज हुआ करते थे जो कि मुझे लगता है अब नहीं होंगे. मुझे लगता है in the future also, even when we started coming back to the norm, things will change. We will be using technology more. We will not be flying to different cities to do interviews. There will be a lot of online testing happening. There will be a lot of online interviews happening. And so online interview देने में और face to face interview देने में there is a difference. हम लोग पहले बात किया करते थे कि अच्छा जूते इस कलर के पहने होने चाहिए और साफ होने चाहिए. Now we can't even see the shoes. Now basically what we can see is only probably your face, the upper half of your body. तो अगर आपने नीचे स्लीपर्स भी पहने हुए तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But it's the way that you are selling yourself. How engaging you are in a conversation that is with a computer. So that is something that graduates will really have to learn. They'll have to change the way they'll have to completely change or omit what they have learned about how to give interviews and how to interact with people and relearn it. The good thing is these youngsters, the millennials, are very good at that. They're very good at moving from one iPhone model to another iPhone model. They're very good at unlearning and relearning. So I think that is something that they should be concentrating on.
If Anam, I can also add to what Nida said. I receive a lot of calls from students who I teach, and I can tell you it's a serious situation for them. They are in a lot of anxiety, they're in stress, because most of the students who connect spend their own money to complete their graduation. And even if the parents' money, they realize that it's a crucial stage of their life, and if they don't get employed right time, they probably will never be employed. That's the kind of mindset that we have. So before we get into that mindset has to be cleared, and this corona equation has to be resolved, at least for these students, because हम लोग कंपनी में होते हैं, हमें मिनिमम 10 साल हो गए यहाँ पे. if I collectively talk about 35-40 साल का कलेक्टिव एक्सपीरियंस है इस वक्त इस टीम के ऊपर. So हमारे लिए कुछ चीजें बोलना बहुत आसान होगा शायद, जो कि उनके लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट होगा. So every crisis has probably two sides of it. Let's say one is which we can control, and one is which we can't control. So what we can't control is, I understand about 5 million cases and 300,000 fatalities. Very unfortunate, but it's a global phenomenon. So हम उसको कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है. हम सिर्फ अपनी फैमिली को, अपने सराउंडिंग को शायद देख सकते हैं, कंट्रोल उसको भी नहीं कर सकते. तो forget about it. What we can control is ourselves, how we react to that situation. And I'm actually talking about uh, these uh, these students. So पॉजिटिव साइड है जो अभी बात भी हो रही है. फॉर एग्जांपल आई फाउंड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम टू interact with my family, spending a lot of quality time, a lot of saving from commute time and dine out and everything in that spend time. Similarly, how Nida mentioned at Novo Nordisk, we also took a lot of initiative, and I thought we have fast tracked by 2 years. जो 2 साल बाद और उस वक्त तक हमने चीजें करनी थी वो शायद 10 साल चीजें स्टार्ट कर. सिमिलरली बहुत सारे लोग मुख्तलिफ चीजें कर रहे हैं. कोई लैंग्वेज सीख रहा है, कोई इस तरह के वेबिनार्स के अंदर पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा है, एंड यू नो लॉट ऑफ एक्टिविटीज पीपल हैव फाउंड. बट माय एडवाइस टू स्टूडेंट इज you need to keep yourself engaged in activities that will keep you passionate about learning, which Nida mentioned. So because अगर दो तरह के इस वक्त स्टूडेंट्स होंगे, एक होंगे जो कह रहे होंगे अच्छा जी बहुत खुशी की बात है, हम प्रमोट हो गए, हम अगली क्लासों में चले गए. एक होंगे जो ग्रेजुएशन कर रहे होंगे, बोलेंगे यार जो होना होगा हो जाएगा, हमें नहीं पता. दूसरा बहुत एंजाइटी से गुजर रहे होंगे. तो सारी पॉपुलेशन का एक ही इलाज है, वो ये है कि यू हैव टू कीप योरसेल्फ एंगेज्ड इन सर्टेन एक्टिविटी. और वो क्या होगा सवाल है, वी विल टॉक अबाउट इट. बट इस वक्त फॉर एग्जांपल अभी हम हायरिंग की बात की. Education sector has not ceased hiring. Your healthcare industry, your technology, your engineering, your IT, e-commerce, इन सब पे तो बूम आया हुआ है. और हम देख रहे हैं कैसे Amazon के जेफ ने जो अपनी फॉर्च्यून बढ़ा दी है. इस तरह के बहुत सारे लोग होंगे जिन्होंने अपनी टॉप लाइन को बहुत बढ़ा दिया होगा, because the demand is on the higher side now. So हर चीज नेगेटिव नहीं है. There's a lot of positivity as well. And if you remain in that mindset, you focus on you will be a mess, but you really have to, can control, and that is only about yourself, your family within your home. So that's how you can actually change your mindset.
Exactly, Noman. And I'm loving how the conversation is going on that track only, where I wanted that, by talking on the mindset, we actually can give them hope and make them realize that there are a lot of opportunities out there that they can work on. And rightly said, I'll just give a recap of the few main pointers that we just recently discussed. That digital transformation needs that agile talent. From Ms. Nida, we just had that you have to demonstrate the value that you can add to the organizations and put forward that what value addition company gets when you hire them. And we talked about the skills as well, that, the skills, the agility we want from our workforce. Mr. Adil, moving on, we have this question, and I would like you to take up this question. This is by Mohammad Ehtisham Khan. So fresh grad, focus more on startups. The entry to business is being supported by all state organs, and many large business players have lost the advantage. What's your thought on that?
Anam, I see it. At this point in time, yes, it is true that the majority of the fresh grads are focusing more on the startups. Basically, at this point in time, like if you see the job market is shrinking and the organizations are struggling for the right talent to hire. If we talk about the talent, there are two things which I would like to say. One is, जो हमारे जब हम कहते हैं कि हम कैंडिडेट्स कहते हैं कि जी हमारे पास जो है मार्केट में जॉब्स नहीं है, और जब हम मार्केट में जाते हैं टू हायर द टैलेंट, तो हम कहते हैं कि हमारे पास मार्केट में राइट टैलेंट नहीं है. तो सबसे पहले जो नुमान ने और निदा ने जो बात की है, मैं उसी के साथ उसी पे प्लस करते हुए एहतिशाम के क्वेश्चन को वो जो आंसर करूँगा. यस, एक काफ़ी ज़्यादा टैलेंट आपका जा रहा है टुवर्ड्स द स्टार्टअप, बट ये देर आर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस अगर वो जहाँ पे अभी भी आपके पास पोल जो है वो बाकी है. द नंबर, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ आई वुड लाइक टू कोट ओवर हियर द नंबर ऑफ एप्लीकेंट्स काउंट व्हिच एट YouPhone we receive on every application. Roman may help us in that in universities with more focus is on entrepreneurship right now, more of the startups. And if we talk about this current scenario, the COVID environment and the crisis and the future afterwards, it is that we will be seeing more of the startups coming. We will be seeing more of self-employment at this point in time. इस टाइम पे अब हो ये रहा होगा कि हमें इस टाइम पे एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल है जो हमें वो देखने की जरूरत है कि हमारे पास वो क्या ऐसी यूनिक चीज है जिसकी इस टाइम पे दुनिया को जरूरत है और कौन उसकी कीमत देने के लिए तैयार. ये मेरा बहुत सिंपल सा एक क्वेश्चन है. सो on this question, if we put focus on, so लोग जो हैं वो यहाँ पे लोगों के पास अपॉर्चुनिटी उनको नजर आ रही होगी. फॉर एग्जांपल देयर आर ग्रुप ऑफ फ्रेंड्स और उनमें से कोई आईटी का है, कोई मार्केटिंग का है, कोई फाइनेंस है. सो दे में कलेक्टिवली सिट डाउन एंड सी के अच्छा हमारे पास एक इस टाइम पे ये एनवायरनमेंट चल रही है एंड दिस इज अ बिजनेस आइडिया व्हिच वी कैन put focus on. They can go to any incubation center, they can sell their idea, they got the assistants, वहाँ पे उनको mentors मिलेंगे, they will help them और वो, so they will be going towards setting up their own business. But at the same time there will be certain technology के बहुत वो क्या कहते हैं उसको चीते होंगे जो आपकी तरह वो देख रहे होंगे कि अच्छा मेरे पास ये अपॉर्चुनिटी आ रही है. दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज वर्किंग रियली गुड इन मशीन लर्निंग फॉर एग्जांपल. दे आर डूइंग वेरी गुड इन business intelligence for example. They are doing very good in cloud computing. So I need to refine my skills in this particular area. So they will be attracted towards your organization. So from the organization standpoint, you need to sell your jobs in a way that right talent attracts towards you so that they can learn from the whole process. As we talk about the learning agility and all that stuff, so if the organizations are projecting their jobs in a right way, yes, they will attract more talent, and yes, it will be a split between startups and the organizations.
Exactly, and what a wonderful thought that organizations have to portray their jobs and the opportunities that they have in a very different manner now, so that they can attract the right talent. We have the next question from Danish Imtiaz. What's your take on the entrepreneurship? Is there a talk going on within your organization about it? What sort of ideas are you working on? So Nida, Numan, whoever wants to take this question first.
Yeah, I can take it, and I think it's very relevant to my company or even my industry as well. A lot of new ideas have been initiated. The business model of a pharmaceutical company is where we have a field sales force, and they have to visit a fixed number of HCPs, healthcare professionals, in a given day, and detail their product. Tell them what the product they have. So that's a business model, and they're supported by a brand team or a product management team who actually develop or design material, content, and train them on how to detail. So what we have done is, and what other organizations are interested in doing, we are moving our HCPs into a remote environment. So, for example, instead of going for detailing, one simple solution is that they can always call up, or through a video call or a WhatsApp call, they can always detail. That's a very common solution that we have. But then otherwise, there are portals which we have developed within the company. So on that portal, you as healthcare professional can come and register, and now you have access to all that possible information that you need for your patients. So for example, if you are dealing with diabetes patients, which you know not discuss, so they have information regarding that particular product. So वो उसके ऊपर आप फिल्टर कर लिए, पूरा डैशबोर्ड दिखेगा आपका, और आपकी सारी चीजें जो है आपकी accessibility में आ जाएगी. Similarly, another thing that us and others are doing is advisory boards. So advisory boards are actually managed by a pharmaceutical company, and we take on board certain K1s, the key opinion leaders, on our sort of forum. फिजिकली जैसे अभी कहा निदा ने कि जी होटल में बैठ के एक जगह पे होता है, और वहाँ पे हम एक सर्टेन डिजीज के एस्पेक्ट के ऊपर डिस्कशन करते हैं. So now that ad boards, advisory boards are all Zoom based or technology based. So when we got into a discussion with these HCPs, they said they're loving it, because अगर कोई लाहौर में बैठा है उसको कराची बुलाना है तो उसका पहले कम्यूट टाइम भी जाएगा, फैमिली से दूर भी होगा, फिर फ्लाइट डिलेज हो रहे हैं, सारा कुछ हो रहा है, और अब तक कोरोना के बाद और भी जो हम देखेंगे फ्लाइट्स के ऊपर जो चीजें होंगी, देयर एंजॉयिंग दिस. तो इस तरह के आइडियाज बहुत सारे आ रहे हैं. मोबाइल एप्स बनती जा रही है जिसके जरिए आप अपने पेशेंट्स तक पहुंच सकते हैं. आपकी जो डिलीवरीज होती है प्रोडक्ट की, वो आप कंपनीज जो वो इंश्योर करिए डोर स्टेप के ऊपर पहुंचे विद द यूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड ऑल. सो lot of because people are not thinking on those lines. ऐसा नहीं कि काम कम हो गया, people are still sort of overworked or rightly worked, but because environment ऐसा मिल गया हम सबको, positively speaking, where we our brains are enabled to think differently. Even हमारे घरों पे भी हम लोग जो है वो प्रेफर कर रहे हैं होम डिलीवरी ले लें, चाहे वो ग्रोसरी हो, चाहे वो डेयरी आइटम की हो, चाहे वो कोई भी चीज़ हो. So हम लोग फूड तो डेफिनेटली, तो हमारा माइंडसेट उस तरफ शिफ्ट हो गया. तो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप दोनों फ्लरिश करते हैं. Both of them are thinking of those lines there. आगे जो फ्यूचर है, that is very, I'm not saying bad, but it's uncertain. I'm not saying at all it's a bad or negative, it's uncertain. And I really hope that uncertainty will turn out to be very, very positive. So आज जो companies या जो individuals entrepreneurship और entrepreneurship ले रहे हैं, this will flourish not in the long future, but probably in 2 years time. So yeah, तो ये कुछ ideas हैं जो at least हमारी company.
Perfect, Nauman.
I think also add to entrepreneurship, the need for entrepreneurship. I think we need entrepreneurship now more than ever. And why we need that is because none of us know how to tackle this situation. Right? So everybody is in an uncertain environment and is in a first time situation. और फर्स्ट टाइम सिचुएशन में क्या होता है कि जनरली क्या होता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में, यू हैव योर लीडर्स हु हैव अ विजन एंड एवरीबडी इज वॉकिंग टुवर्ड्स दैट विजन, and the leaders are basically giving the direction downwards and people are adapting that and they are coming and running towards that goal. Right now leaders also need help in understanding what are the challenges, what are the opportunities, and what can we do about it. And this help and those organizations जहाँ पे वो bureaucracy इस वक्त नहीं है, जहाँ पे already new talent को involve किया जाता था decision making process में, already incubation centers बने हुए थे जहाँ पे new idea generation होती थी, new business models develop किए जाते थे. Those organizations will be far better off than organizations that were following a traditional bureaucratic system. Yeah. क्योंकि जहाँ पे इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स बने हुए हैं वहाँ पे आई एम श्योर ऑलरेडी बात शुरू हो चुकी होगी, अच्छा ठीक है, व्हाट डू वी डू अबाउट दिस सिचुएशन. एंड मे बी आई बीइंग इन द एज ब्रैकेट दैट आई एम माइट नॉट बी so easy to come up with solutions or might be looking at things from a very traditional standpoint, whereas the younger generation or millennials or people coming from different backgrounds would be thinking differently. And right now it is the time to come together, bring all these heads and all these brains together into incubation centers and ask them, acha theek hai, this is the way that our business was managing, this is the way that we were working and we were doing well, but now things have changed, what should we do? So that question should really go out to everybody in the organization, and people in the organization should now be starting to get involved in the decision making process if they were not. So entrepreneurship, internally developing business ideas, internally developing solutions to business challenges is now more important than ever.
Very right, Nida. All right, so the next question we have from Tahir Hussain. Please, can you do something with graduate CVs? I've become grey in trying. Over to you, young people now. Your thoughts, Aziz.
I would like to add over here, as I mentioned earlier, that this year round UPhone is going to change the summer internship program due to this coronavirus situation, and we are going to all major universities, and we will be having different training sessions with the graduates. And one of the important subject is about how to write your CV. What are those mistakes? Like Tahir, I know he's my mentor as well. So the green flags and the red flags especially. So what are those mistakes which people usually make in their CVs? How they need to prepare their CVs? Like majority of the young graduates, if I see their CVs and जो आप उसमें what you see in it, कि वहाँ पे ज़्यादा आपने अपनी जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन कॉपी की हुई होती है या आपने ये चीज़ें पढ़ी हैं वो लिखी हुई होती हैं. They lack focus on what they have achieved in doing any particular project. उसमें आपने क्या accomplishment थी, क्या एक्स्ट्रा नोवेल आइडिया था जिसके ऊपर आपने काम किया, या उसमें से कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ है जिससे how you saved something, you developed something, you produced something, तो वो इस तरह की जो चीज़ें हैं वो हमारे सीवीज में वो बहुत कम होती हैं. सो UPhone की ये जो अभी एफर्ट अभी करने जा रहे हैं थ्रू समर इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम प्लेटफॉर्म, उसमें we will definitely be coaching the graduates how they can make good CVs, and inshallah ta'ala, Tahir, you will see some good CVs in the future.
Certainly, certainly. And the graduates now, they do have to prepare themselves for online interviews and assessments. And the CVs would definitely need a big shift in demonstrating what value addition a graduate can make to a certain organization. We have a lot of questions coming in, so we'll just quickly move to the other question. What's the state of recruitment? Are you hiring fresh talent this year? How should graduates tackle the current situation? I think we have covered few of the aspects of this question,
Yeah.
but particularly in your organization, are you hiring fresh talent this year? A yes or a no? Brief thoughts, and then we'll move on to the next question.
So I think if I can start on this one, I think इस वक्त fresh graduates को थोड़ा सा differently सोचने की ज़रूरत है. They need to open up their horizons. They need to open up their options. And traditional roles and traditional job opportunities जो graduates देखा करते थे. So even when I was in university, I had something in mind कि मुझे इस तरह की company में इस तरह के department में काम करना है. I think now fresh graduates today need to open up their horizons and explore more opportunities and be open to more types of opportunities. For example, the restaurant business. Now, this is a business that last year we went for the management training program to IBA, CBM, and Zabist, and that was the first time that we actually went for a management training program. And kids or students didn't know that we had a head office. They thought that we work out of restaurants, abhi bhi when we introduce ourselves and I say ji main KFC mein kaam karti hu, people ask me which branch, so restaurants actually have a huge infrastructure behind. We have 94 stores in 24 cities, so we have a huge infrastructure jo piche chal raha hota hai, which is finance and supply chain and marketing. But students, kyunki unke dimag mein FMCG hai ya pharma hai ya banking hai या telecom hai, they don't really explore the restaurant industry, and I think that is something that they need to start doing. They need to start looking at what are the industries that are working well. If textile is not doing well right now, if banking is not doing well right now, then what are the industries that jinme opportunities hain? And restaurants is one of those. We are definitely hiring. I mean, we have plans to open new restaurants all over Pakistan, inshallah, this year. Hopefully we will stay on track on that one, and we're still hiring. We're hiring assistant restaurant managers, we're hiring restaurant managers, and these are all, and we're looking for talent. We're looking for young, energetic, passionate people who want to make a career. And restaurant industry is an amazing industry to be in. I mean, our CEO started from the most junior level at a cash counter, and he became CEO of KFC Pakistan. And there's amazing growth opportunities and career opportunities in this industry. And what students need to do is open up their horizons and be more open to different types of opportunities that maybe they didn't plan before, but now are available in the market.
Yeah, similar goes for Noman and Adil in your particular industries. I do think that the hiring has not entirely stopped, and you are looking for the right talent for your organizations, right?
Yes, Anam, as I mentioned earlier, that hiring is still on, and we are hiring for the positions which we need. As we all understand that right now, due to this situation, overall processes have been slowed down. So the hiring is not that much rigorous, but yes, we are hiring for roles. We are hiring in sales. We are hiring in customer operations. We are hiring especially like in business intelligence area. So yes, the hiring is on, and but yes, there's the process of recruitment and the hiring has slowed down due to the overall situation.
Yeah.
Perfect.
In case of, sorry, Anna, if I can comment, and there are a few things that I would like to catch up from previous discussion as well. First of all, thank you, Tahir, for pouring compliments and questions. I think few of them are relevant. I would like to respond to that. Plus, there's a question that I see from one of the participants saying that I've graduated now, but most organizations are not offering summer internship or MT programs. So what to do with this? Now, there are a lot of things you can do. So, for example, You can further take up your study. Maybe you can, if you really find it difficult, you can take maybe MBA program. You can delay entering into the market. Maybe you can do some sort of a certification. Maybe learn different tech applications. Maybe learn how to help in social media campaigns. Maybe related to e-commerce, retail businesses. So think about what actually you can acquire in next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, which will be useful when you enter it. Or simply delay to take up any degree program which you were anyway uh, aspire to take in the next 2 years. Brush up your resume. Tahir's comment. This is the time to do that. Improve your social media footprints. Be very, very professional looking on social media. Maybe you can write articles on this situation. Maybe you can do vlogs. You guys are so good at it. So this is the right time to be serious about those skill set as well. Yeah, इसके अलावा make video profile. Maybe if your CV is not working, maybe you can do a video profile and upload. And tell people what you have said. How can you help? Again, refer back to my point on how can you add value. A lot of e-learning solutions are now freely available. बहुत सारी global companies ने free कर दिया है. Are you taking up those initiatives? हम लोग तो for granted लेते हैं इस तरह की चीजों को, but you guys should not, because that's real learning. और हमने भी जब career start किया था, I remember we used to be mad about such many things. हमेशा आपको help करते. अगर ये नहीं कर सकते, adopt some sort of a hobby. कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, उसमें photography कर सकते हैं, startup book club, जिस तरह webinar चल रहे हैं, you can attend those webinars as well. And then back to sort of Tahir's comment about CV. Are you approaching industry leaders for career counseling, for various help? You know, CV के ऊपर. We three of us are sitting here, not because we are absolutely idle in our organization, but because we are very serious about certain things. And one of these things is helping out those who are coming out of university, because that's the kind of help we also got when we were entering out. So are you approaching people like us and others, whoever you feel are good and expert in terms of career counseling, in terms of managing your stress, how to enter into the market, kind of? These are few things. One last point. This is an amazing thing that I went. There's a virtual internship. The website called virtualinternship.com. Yeah, this website has about 1,000 companies, global companies, not in any part of the world, on board, and they connect you, the potential interns, with those companies through your website. ठीक है, उस पे आप जाएं, अपने इंटरेस्ट डाल दें, अपने आप को रजिस्टर करें, साइन अप करें, और उसके बाद वो आपके लिए इंटर्नशिप ढूंढेंगे. आपको 30 दिन की करनी है, 60 दिन की करनी है, 90 days की करनी है, completely up to you. And they will start giving you work after a video interview. तो वहाँ भी best of the best ही होगा, but the opportunity. So internship available होगी. Now think about sitting in Karachi, sitting in Pakistan. You have done an internship for a company in maybe Germany, or company in maybe UK, or maybe somebody has done work for Amazon. So इस तरह की कंपनीज के साथ आप काम कर रहे होंगे. मे बी सबको ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं मिलेंगे, बट मे बी सम स्मॉल स्टार्टअप इन सिलिकॉन वैली that you work for. Think about those lines. That's an amazing opportunity. No, in Pakistan, like this, virtualinternship.com, and I strongly recommend all students, not just graduate students, all students to do that. And I really hope that we are able to initiate this thing in Pakistan as well. If few of the corporate professional like us can come together and initiate that sort in our country as well, people can virtually deliver on certain assignments. So that's my take on it.
Brilliantly answered, Noman, and I'm sure these were some amazing creative ideas how graduates can engage themselves in their growth right now. The next question is from Nivelle. There's a lot of excellent young talent delusioned by organizations relying on digital recruitment. Should organizations do more? Who's doing more? So this is on the organization's perspective, that how they can come on the forefront digitally when they're taking the area of recruitment.
I can take up. I think, by the way, all forward-looking and far-sighted organizations were already doing that, right? I know in my previous company we used to do वीडियो इंटरव्यूज आप 3 मिनट का एक वीडियो लॉग बना के हमें भेजते हैं responding around certain questions, so as basic as this. Now moving to assessment center becoming lies in a global organization with no, we are taking a lot of initiatives. So for example, we've not stopped recruiting, so face-to-face recruiting is not happening. So the only solution is to go to digital solution. You're sending us a video interviews, then we are sending you certain assignments. You stay on screen, you deliver that assignment, you make a presentation back to us, and Hogan assessment जैसे आपकी global tour है उसको आप कर लेते हो और उसके बाद आप उनकी assessment वगैरह कर लेते हैं basic. So वो these all things are happening already. But the only thing is, as we all are saying, that speed up because of the corona. So I would say, I would repeat that all far-sighted and forward-looking organizations were already into that, and they're only sort of putting a lot of investment into that. Yes, those who are not doing that have to immediately do that, because if they don't, they'll be out of the game completely. Because otherwise, best talent will go to those companies.
Exactly. We are just left with next 4 to 5 minutes now. We'll quickly entertain few more questions. This is one from Raza Jamali. So if I look at the student's perspective, I've graduated. Now what? Most organizations not offering summer internship, empty programs, and the skills I just acquired may not be relevant. Please summarize. I think the answer that Noman previously gave was very, very relevant to it. That these were like good 5 to 10 ideas that the panelists have discussed, that how the graduates need to reskill themselves and engage themselves throughout this time period to stay relevant in this time and the new normal that is shaping up for us. Adil and Nida, any particular more thoughts that you would like to add to Raza's questions here?
I would like to add, like as Noman said, that he mentioned very particularly the virtual internship segment, or I said earlier that the like-minded students, they can form something, some startup idea together, and they can get the support from the incubation centers, get the required mentorship or something. They can. There is another area like the students who have been graduated and they are looking for certain real-time project, like in Pakistan, the National Incubation Center, they have many jobs related to the technology area. They are open. There are other freelancing websites, global websites like FlexingGate, ASA, BTG, Worksum, and other such websites. They are also available, and they are offering many opportunities for the fresh graduates. And the most importantly, what I want to say over here, and I would like to repeat what earlier my colleagues have said, that we need to utilize this time very sensibly, and we need to utilize this time which has given to us by this crisis. We need to think of our passion. Like, we need to first identify our passion, and then we need to see what are those things which can be, add more value to our passion, which will be required once I will enter into the job market. So you need to upscale. You need to be, as Nida said, learning agility. Yes, you need to unlearn and learn, and then you need to see how you can apply that learning in the new context, in this changing environment. So for the young grads, yes, you need to focus on learning. Learning is the must. If you are not getting anything, don't sit back and learn as much as you can. And learning is as simple as going onto the YouTube and seeking something new in that particular environment. So don't sit idle, sit for some opportunity and learn till the time you do not get anything appropriate which you want at this point in time.
So last 2 minutes we have, we would like to have the final thoughts from all of you. Just few seconds with all three of the panelists today. And we'd like to have some concluding remarks from your side, some advice that you want to give to the graduates here. We'll start from Nida.
Yeah, I think for graduates, I think this is an amazing opportunity for us, for you guys to realize what you're really made of. It's a challenge. It's new. You can do whatever you want with it, and it's very, very exciting. If you look at it from a very positive aspect, it's very exciting because the world is in chaos, and if you can find some sense in this insanity, you've made it already. So I think what graduates, there are, again, just Noman or Adil ne bola, there are so many opportunities that we are not looking at. There are not traditional, probably there are internship opportunities, virtual internship opportunities. There are so many work from home options available. There are so many big companies that are actually giving work from home jobs to people, and there are so many industries that were not that traditional, and students generally didn't used to go to those industries, like the restaurant business, like e-commerce, like retail sector. That is just going to boom in the times to come. So keep your minds open, bring that positivity and that energy and that agility that your generation is known for. Bring your A game, and opportunities की कमी नहीं है. The market is just shifting, so opportunities are just shifting from probably traditional businesses to more progressive businesses. Opportunities are still there, so stay positive. That's all I would say.
Your last thoughts, Numan.
Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Brilliant.
If you're hungry, you
Yes.
can always order KFC, by the way. Ek aur
KFC sale is going to be up significantly today.
I know. Yes, Adil.
So Anam, मेरे students के लिए ये होगा कि they should not wait to be told what to do at this point in time. They don't just try to settle for a mere job. They need to find an issue that they care about, and then they need to throw themselves at it fully. Sometimes that might mean starting a company that solves some need. Sometimes that might be organizing your friends and community to feed the hungry. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as you aren't waiting around to be handed over an opportunity. So go make your opportunity. वो कहते हैं ना, एक old proverb था, if not now, when? If not you, who? So that's my thought. So good luck.
Amazing, amazing. I must say this was pure gold. The ideas and the insights and knowledge that the guests today have shared with the audience, I'm sure they all will benefit from that. And I will encourage you all to share it with the graduates, the students who are looking up for such information, so that they can benefit from that. With that, I would like to thank all my panelists today for joining in, and we look forward for you all to join in our third episode tomorrow at 11 a.m. For the Gear Up Business Series. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes.
All right,
Bye-bye.
all right. And one last thing with the panelists, if we can have a virtual photo, just a nice smile, and we'll be good to go with it.
Of course.
So yeah,
It's done.
yes, it's done. Thank you so much. Thank you for
Great.
joining in.
Thank you, Anna. Thanks.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.